What's up, everyone? This is the Workaholics After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV, and I gotta say, after today's episode, we have come to the conclusion that nothing bonds a group of friends like a dating show. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, everyone? I'm Mardi, and this is the Workaholics After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV and AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm joined by the beautiful Miss Jessie. Where can we find you
guys,
at?
You can find me on all social media at AFTERBUZZ.
Awesome. And I'm Mardi. Like I said, you can find me everywhere at Mardi13 and the latest late show on YouTube. So this is Workaholics, where we talk about every single episode and everything that has happened. And I think this is one of the funniest and most relatable episodes that we've had to date. Because it's all about a dating show. You know, the show opens up and we have cool guest star, Nina Dobrov. If I'm pronouncing it correct, don't crucify me if I'm wrong. But, you know, the show opens up where both, you know, all three guys, Durs, Blake, and Adam are on the couch. And there's one girl in their house and we don't know why. And they're all challenging each other for who should take her hand, as Blake said. But she's obviously not even interested.
Right. She's sitting right there and they're like talking about her and she can clearly hear them, but they don't know that or care, and they're fighting about who's going to sleep with her.
And they keep getting louder and louder and louder about it. Like that's going to change her mind or opinion about who's going to take her hand.
Right, exactly.
Like, no, she obviously is throwing herself toward me.
I
feel like as a girl, do you ever get that feeling like a guy, like you're like, it's so obvious a guy's trying to hit on you, it's just so much, and you're like, chill out. Like, I'm not even flirting with you. I'm just talking with you. I feel like that happens with girls a lot.
Yeah, I think that does happen with girls a lot for sure, but not like this. I mean, I hope not like this.
That is true, because I feel like girls are always like, as a guy, for sure, like if a girl's a little bit nice, sometimes we're like, totally likes me. Totally. And I feel like these guys take it to the next level,
oh, they
no
do.
doubt.
I know, it's so funny.
Because they don't even say she likes me. They're like, she wants to sleep with me right now. Maintenant. I took French for 3 semesters in college. That's why I had to throw it out there. I had to make it of use somehow. So basically, she's like, out loud, she's like, no, guys, like, I definitely don't want to even touch you, right? And then the boys are like, what do you mean? Oh, we're fighting for each other. Oh, you know what? And then who was it? Blake gets up. Blake gets up and says, we need to watch the tape, don't we? And the boys are all confused. What tape? What tape? Oh, there's a VHS tape. And they pop it in. It wasn't. What were Adam's guesses?
What did you think the tape was going to be yourself? Because I
totally
was
thought it was something where they came to an agreement. I thought they filmed themselves giving like a blood brotherhood, like we'll never fight over a girl together. That's what I thought it was. I definitely
thought there was going to be like some type of fight between the three, like where they were like
previously.
Yeah, like physically fighting, and it was caught on tape or something. So I wasn't expecting this, and this like far surpassed everything I could imagine.
This made the episode really good. I mean, I totally thought they were sitting at the couch one day and were like, let's make an oath that we're never gonna fight over a girl. Which obviously wasn't the case, because they definitely fought heavily. So the tape is popped in, and all of a sudden it turns into a complete episode of Next, which it essentially was. You remember Next?
Of course.
I was about that life. Next, it's hilarious.
They had so many dating shows back then. I mean, I used to like watch these shows like falling asleep at night. There used to be one, The Fifth Wheel, where it was like 2 guys and 2 girls, and then either a random guy or girl. Next. Oh my God, all those shows.
Blind Date.
Yes.
Flavor of Love.
Oh, Flavor of Love, yes.
Flavor of Love was good.
I know.
I Love New York.
Of course.
Rock Brett's Heart, or Brett Michaels, whatever that was.
Yeah. And then Tila Tequila had one.
Tila Tequila, which wasn't that great.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But it tried hard.
Yes. Oh my gosh, there's so many good dating shows.
And
I know.
The Bachelor took place at that time too.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that was like, The Bachelor's been going on for like
a long time.
20 years, something ridiculous.
So, but like, there's no other dating shows at this time, are there? Other than like
Still
The Bachelor.
Not really Blind Date. I feel like a lot of the dating shows maybe have gone digital. As opposed to maybe like Love at First Kiss or...
Oh my God, that's so funny. I guess there are some interesting shows, because I saw this one show where it was like, not to get off topic because we can go back to it, but like these people get married at first sight.
Love at First Sight.
Is that what it's called?
On Bravo.
Oh, I don't know, but
Or they
all
have
I
to get
know
married
is
right away.
yeah, they just get married. I don't even know what it's called, but yeah, they get married. It's crazy. Maybe
They,
that's
like,
the new
base
dating
it-
show.
It's crazy because they base it on like physical attractions and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it's like they start fighting within like 2 weeks.
We
and
need
they're
to go
like-
back to these dating shows.
Yeah, I agree, and I feel like this episode was completely blind date meets Next because
Yes.
Next was totally like when they got off the bus, like Adam
yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
it was totally like that. Then the 3 facts about them pop up.
Yes.
Remember, like loves Vietnamese food,
Yeah.
noodle food, and then it would be like used to make balloon animals. I did, and then it would be like scared of, mugs.
Yes.
Like phobia about mugs. Like it would be the most weird 3 things. I remember one of them was like slept with professor to get a B+. It was always stuff like that, or like
It
hates the color
was.
purple.
you
Like
got to make it interesting.
he always did, and then I feel like the blind date kicked in when it was when the little animations would pop up, or when she would be
Yes,
sitting there and be
exactly.
like, "So not into these guys."
Yeah.
It was so perfect of these early 2000s dating shows.
Yes.
So immediately we pop up and we notice it's Nina Dobrov, and she's
Yeah.
up. Excuse me again if I'm saying her last name wrong. But she comes on the screen. She's like, "Hey, I'm blah blah blah, whatever her name was on this show." I
Yeah.
forgot completely. Would she go by Nina?
Courtney.
Courtney.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Courtney.
Yeah.
She had like a little.
She did. She have an accent. Yeah.
And I'm looking for the guy of my dream, like for a date, and
Yeah.
for a guy boyfriend, and then all of a sudden, was it Blake who came? Durs came
Durs.
off first and was very sophisticated, and
Yeah.
kind of obviously thought he had it in the bag.
Right.
Then Blake
was like so not himself too, right?
No,
like
like-
he was out of control.
Blake is already like, it's funny because we hear about in person, he's very quiet.
Yeah.
And then in the show, he's always like probably the least quiet one. I mean,
Yeah.
he is the most quiet, even in the group. But then all of a sudden, apparently back in the day,
Yeah, he was like out of control.
yeah, and he was just
was
a horn
so-
dog.
He was so funny. I like this side of Blake.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot.
It's a lot to deal with.
It was
yeah,
a
it's okay
lot.
for one episode, but yes.
And then Adam gets, or Skylar, which was this big,
yes.
nice looking black guy, and who didn't fit in with our group because he
Yes.
actually looked like he had his life together. And then it was Adam,
Yep.
who did his whole, like, he wanted to do whatever Skylar did in his whole life. So he was like, what did Skylar do? I'll do that too, because I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
And he walks out of the bus and doesn't even greet Courtney. He just like walks
went
up
up
to
to Skylar,
Skylar. and
yeah.
What's up, man? You look good. You look great.
So good.
You want me to hook this up?
So yeah, you want her? I can do it. I can make it happen. Yeah, right, buddy. So then they go on the first thing, and what was cool for me is I feel like this series finale and season finale, last couple episodes, we have so many guest stars.
Yes.
And I know he may not be recognizable to most, but Flula, who you may know from YouTube, or he was recently a big guest on Conan O'Brien, was the dance teacher on the first date. And what Flula is known for is he's like a DJ, funny DJ, and he has this thick German accent.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see him on this episode. And so the first date that she wanted to set up was a dancing thing. Mm-hmm. And Blake immediately, I just felt, was pretending to,
Oh my God, that was so funny.
do some stuff like with the schlong, and it was a lot to handle.
And like the pole, he was just like out of control. It was so funny though. I could not stop laughing.
It was so overboard. And then,
Yes.
then we have Courtney trying to she was already into Skylar, obviously, because
Right.
Adam was just doing whatever Skylar did, and Durs.
Durs is looking for he thinks this is like natural selection. He's like, let's see what she's like physically. Like, is she strong? Is she this? Is like
He's trying to make her a mother.
Yeah.
That's what he's like.
Yeah, he needs to find somebody good to mate with, so he has these like amazing kids.
Yeah, immediately when Skylar gave her a rose as a gift of like, hello.
Yeah.
He said, I have a gift for her besides a baby.
Yeah.
Besides planting her with a baby.
Yes.
And then, so the dancing goes terrible, especially
Mm-hmm.
when Durs blows up and he's like, why aren't you dancing for us?
Right.
You should be dancing for us.
Yeah.
Which seems super sexist from Durs, because he's trying to run for like Congress.
Yeah, you're
Is he
right.
running, what is he trying to run for? Councilman?
Yeah, something.
City council? I think he's always been trying to run
Political.
for city council. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be great if he did try, ran, and this video came out of him.
That'd be a classic
And then
campaign endorsed by the opponent every time. So the dancing goes terrible. Are you good at dancing?
I mean, I used to dance when I was younger. So would I say I'm good at dancing right now? No, I mean, I don't know.
Can you keep a beat?
Yeah, but if I had to do those dance moves, I don't know if I could remember. He's like, oh, this is easy. Just do the step. So I thought he was going to just do one step, and then he did all this crazy stuff.
I bet that was obviously totally improvised. So
that's what I was thinking. It was so funny.
Yeah, because that guy is only improvising every time he even shoots all the time.
He was so funny.
And I know I don't have any dancing skills, so I would have been a just terrible
I would
mess.
have, yeah. If I had to follow his dance moves, I would not make it.
Not gonna happen. No. I agree with that. Both of us wouldn't be able to follow.
It. Yeah, we'd get terminated. Sorry.
And then terminated. I'm sorry, you've been terminated. But then Durs pulls out his QT card. Yeah, for a quiet quality time. And pulls it out, and then Courtney can't even handle him because they get one-on-one time, and it just sucks. Like nobody wants anything to do with it, and
well, Durs is like asking her to do these like physical challenges because he needs to make sure she's fit for him.
She's ready to breed.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna happen.
I was shocked she let him go first.
For the quality time?
No, for the terminated first because I thought Blake was so out of control. I was like, he's got to go first.
My guess was that Skylar was gonna get sick.
Yes.
At one point, and Blake was just gonna be left over.
And then she had to pick Blake. That'd be hilarious.
I thought that's what was gonna happen, but we were wrong the whole episode so far. But so then basically after the dance, then we went to the Saddle Ranch kind of place,
right?
Which is actually, it was funny because I recognized it immediately as the Ranch Bar restaurant in West Hollywood. If you've seen it, it's right next to the Comedy Store. And so it was really recognizable, and they had obviously all these extras dressed in cowboy hats, which I just thought was hilarious because that's super not West Hollywood. It's just like these ranchers walking around. And then the first thing was Courtney goes, okay, I can tell about a man by what he orders online to drink.
Yes.
And Skylar gets a water with a lemon wedge, and then Adam quickly follows with, I'm on a cleanse too. Yeah. I need a water with lemon wedge. And Blake didn't even say what he wanted, just cut to him with a beer in his hand.
Yeah, and he's talking about, I think he's just talking about like some sexual experiences that he had or something.
Oh yeah, she goes, oh, by the way guys, I want to tell you that I'm a virgin.
Yes.
And then he goes, and then she said, oh Blake, I'm kind of nervous because you've had sex with 99 women that you've said.
Right.
Even though he's a virgin that we find out soon enough himself. Or he hasn't even gotten his second base, he said.
Right. After he's been talking about did I tell you about the experience in the zoo and this and that and then to come out with that, it's just like, oh my God.
Poor guy. Blake. Oh yeah. So then they're standing up for the next task and competition, and then what happens next? Then we see Durs by the gift shop.
Yes.
Because he's lurking.
Well, first, even though Adam's on the cleanse, he sees the buffet. So he goes and just starts eating.
Yeah. But yeah, he says it cuts the commercial from him at the buffet.
Yes.
Eating chicken wings, eating
cotton candy. I don't know, hot dogs? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a hot dog too.
They love hot dogs. Yeah, no. So he was eating hot dogs. And then he wanted to use a QT quality time card.
And it wasn't even going to happen.
Well, he used it.
But for himself.
To speak with Skylar.
Because he found out that Skylar had gone on bike rides with Blake without him.
You're right, exactly. Yeah,
but
so
when
he wanted
you
to bring
see
that
buffet, do you ever just get excited? Because I get excited.
Well, okay, here's the thing. If God, and I don't even believe in God, so this is kind of weird, came down for a day and was like, okay, I can bless you with eat whatever the hell you want and you will not gain any weight or the calories don't count, then hell yes, I would go to the buffet and I'd be so excited. I'd eat so much junk, I don't even care. I would probably throw up 8 times. I don't care.
Look, I agree. I would do it even if God didn't tell me the calories would go away.
Then you're lucky.
I would just freak out the whole time because I love buffets. And I would use the opportunity to go to Vegas, a big nice Vegas buffet.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Adam did. It's like when you go to those parties and your friend freaks out because there's free food.
Yeah.
But it's not the time to
exactly.
take advantage of free food.
Right, exactly.
But you go take advantage of the free food and you're you're pretending not to be with that person.
Yes.
But they're eating a ton. So
that's
Adam
my dad.
Back
my dad does that.
Free food, pack it in.
I'd be coming home from soccer and my dad'd be like, oh, there's free hot dogs at the car dealership. I just gotta go test drive a car. And I'd be like,
what?
No joke. I'd
really
be
funny.
Down on the ground hiding.
That is hilarious. Oh my god.
So that is my dad.
That is awesome. There's definitely, I know my cousin kicks my butt whenever we go to some nice events, and I'm like, maybe having a little bit more than I should.
Yeah.
And it's not the LA kind of meal plan.
Yeah.
You know, the LA thing to do. LA thing to do is like take a bite of your meal and like send it back. Like not eat the rest, you know? And I'm like, oh, I'm still not full. I should order another. But it's not the LA thing to do. I'm slowly learning these things. Because it's not cool. It's not cool. It's not sexy. Ooh, my gosh. So then Adam is sitting there during the, this is when Blake talks about his time at the zoo.
Yes.
Was he watching the gorillas do it or something like that?
I don't know. It was some ridiculous story.
And then the gorillas started watching him do it with his girlfriend. Yeah. It was classic workaholic scenario.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so then Blake does his old thing, and then what happens after that? Then that's when you see Adam eating.
Exactly. That's when Adam eats and then goes out with Skylar and talks to him because Courtney asked who his favorite roommate was. And he was like, I don't know. I went on a bike ride with Blake. So Adam is not having
freaking out. And then he comes back in, and he's like, I'm going to prove to you that I'm like the best available date in this room. And he jumps on the mechanical bull.
God. Have you rode a bull like that before?
I rode the same bull that Adam rode.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you last longer?
No.
Damn, it's really hard. You caught me. Was it so hard? Because I feel like I would be a pro at it.
Like, it depends. Like the guys who are controlling the bull.
Oh, they're like
if you're like
so
a girl, they'd be like,
yeah.
oh my, like let me flirt with her and then show her, oh, it's easy. Then we're like, go more. Then you're like,
then they get the dude on
then
it.
They like fling you over. But a guy, guys are usually like arrogant right off the bat.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, I'll show this guy.
Yeah.
So then they're like, start flinging him, no doubt, and then the guy flies all the way. But Adam, he felt the cleanse coming up.
Oh yeah.
So then
oh
he
my
just
god.
straight threw up on the whole crowd.
Projectile vomited everywhere.
And Nina Dobrev was like, okay, now that we're all cleaned up, it cuts to them all cleaning, and Adam was still chill even though he got terminated.
Yeah.
And then it was only Skylar and Blake left.
Right.
And then before Blake got terminated, then he took Nina to the bathroom and told her,
yes.
Yo, I've never even been to second base
or
first base.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Yes.
Please give me a chance. I was just nervous.
Yes.
And I think she found that really weird immediately.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be so weird. And he tells them the story that, I just would pay girls to come over to my house and make sex noises in my room.
Oh, yeah, pay girls from my theater class to come over and just make sex noises from my room so then people would think I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then Skylar wins the hand to date. And so then they go to the outside, and Skylar is so happy with Courtney, and then they start about to make out.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then Adam Durs and Blake are complaining about the whole situation, and then all of a sudden the gas is pressed a little bit, then Skylar gets run over.
Yeah.
And then, that's kind of like one of those things where you're sad, but not. Because did you see Blake was just more worried about if the episode is going to air or not?
It was so funny. He was freaking out about if it was going to air. Like, who cares that this guy's dead? But Adam cared.
It's like if you, I was in school, I remember in St. Louis, and I remember one time, maybe a little exaggerated, but it was almost like, because we'd have a big snow day or a light pole would collapse, so electricity would be out, we couldn't go to class, and you're like, oh man, but I get to stay. No, where's gotta go? But she's single now,
Yeah, exactly, of course.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've all come across some of those opportunities here and there. So then, that's pretty much it. Then the boys are kind of happy.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that they don't know if the episode's going to air.
And Adam is kind of concerned about Skylar. He's like, say my name, say my name. When nobody's around you, say, baby, I love you, like Destiny's Child. He can't wake him up.
Sad day.
I know.
Sad day. But I think it reminded me of, I think they played the whole Next characters so well once again. And the whole show, the whole episode was completely Next.
Yes.
So I plugged them on that because it kind of took me back to the times where I would watch a lot of that garbage for no reason, and it was just such a waste of time.
I know, but it was so good. But it does really remind me of Next, because they always had that one guy that you like knew was gonna win, because everybody else was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like the one guy who had a master's, and then you knew he was gonna win, but then she would give a moment to the people who were losers, who obviously weren't gonna win. That was that.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
But a good episode. Is there anything else you think worth mentioning?
The very end. Do you remember what happens?
Oh, yes. So, yeah. Chime it in.
Yeah, so they take the tape out and they're talking, and they said, this is why, you know, we're not fighting over this girl, and she's done. She's like, I've had it. Like, we're leaving. She goes to get her friend who's sleeping with Carl, right?
Yeah.
And when they open the door, she's just making noises, and he has a football, and he's banging it against the...
And so he pulled a Blake, he said.
He did pull a Blake, yeah.
It was sad.
He killed it.
Sad day. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, I know. And then he gave, like, this weird speech, which made me so sad, because this is the last season, and he talked about, like, how much the friendship meant to them, and I was like, this is so sad.
But, like, Eric Griffin, when he came in here, he was kind of like... We're kind of good, you know, with it
but
ending
I'm not good.
I know, we're not good as fans of the show, but...
No, I'm not good. Like, I get depressed when Workaholics is over, and then I have to wait the whole year, and now, like...
So true.
I'm never going to see it again. I'm just going to have to watch reruns.
It's like, I feel like that after every season, like other shows that I work on as well, like $1 Million Listing and American Horror Story, like, you're always sad when the whole series is over, and then you're like, oh, next season, when are you going to come?
Yeah.
Westworld takes 2 years to, like, create.
Oh, my God, I love Westworld.
It, like, comes back in 2018.
I know, I can't even get into that.
Get out of here.
I know.
Oh my goodness. But
Workaholics never.
Next week we actually have one of the I won't say everything about it yet, but we have a writer of next week's episode actually on.
That's gonna be
that's gonna be super amazing, and to have him on and kind of get more insight about what he wrote and his thought process on creating it. He co-wrote it.
That's
so it's gonna be really cool to have him on. And then the following week we might be having the costume designer of Workaholics, which will be very cool. Awesome. Yeah, so we have really cool people coming up before the series ends.
I know.
Unfortunately, sad day.
So sad.
I got tears in my eyes.
I do, for real.
But thank you so much, guys, for watching. Where can we find you?
Hi, guys. I'm Jessie Zahner. Thanks so much for watching. You can find me all over social media at Athletic.
And you can find me everywhere at Nick Mardi, M-A-R-D-I 13, and then also on YouTube at The Latest Late Show. And what other shows do you cover on AfterBuzz?
I cover It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You should check it out. It's a great show. Just like Workaholics. How about you?
I cover Blind Spot right now, but we're on hiatus till like March 17th.
Oh, geez.
We got a big break.
Yes.
But we have some actually the stars coming on that show right when we come back, so that's pretty cool. So tune into that.
Yes. So catch us on the other shows, guys.
For sure. This is Workaholics After Show on AfterBuzz TV. Catch y'all later.
See ya.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.